So check this out. I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but when you're playing a bar chord, you're actually unlocking a lot of different shapes in that bar chord. This is an E minor bar chord right here. Now, a lot of times in rock and metal, we're just going to play those power chords, right? But you're leaving out the first, second, and third strings. You're leaving out the upper strings, and you're missing out on a lot of shapes that are on those upper strings. If I play the whole chord here, you'll notice that I'm playing on the 5th string at the 7th fret, and on the 4th and the 3rd strings, I'm playing at the 9th fret. And on the 2nd string, I'm playing at the 8th. And then on the 1st string, I'm playing at the 7th. And I'm barring the whole thing like this. And I want you to ignore the 5th string and the 4th string, and just look at the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd strings. Look at what these strings are doing in the shape itself. You got this little pattern right here. So that little pattern right there is a little triad. Now I also want you to look at the notes of the scale. This chord right here would be in the Aeolian or the natural minor scale. We would play that by playing on the 5th string at 7, 9, 10, then on the 4th string at 7, 9, 10, on the 3rd string at 7, 9, on the 2nd string at 7, 8, 10, and on the 1st string at 7, 8, 10. So once again, just focusing on those top 3 strings, I want you to notice that we do have that triad within the chord. But we also have a few other triads. We have a straight across triad, because all those notes fit. So across the 7th fret, you got that triad right there. You got the triad from the chord. You got a triad that looks like a D shape, where I play on the 3rd string at the 7th fret, the 8th fret on the 2nd string, and the 1st string we play on the 7th fret. And then you also have a D shape, where I alter it just a little bit by adding in the 10th fret of the 1st string. So you got this triad, this triad, this triad, and this triad. 4 triads. Now if you remember from the last lesson where I showed you some sweep techniques, we know we can go ahead and sweep those triads because the notes are real close together. It allows us to use different fingers on each note, and we can go ahead and pick across those strings pretty easily. We're only going to do triad sweeps though, only 3 notes. So something like this. So before we go ahead and look at that and get into how we're doing that, let's just go ahead and look at the sweep picking itself. The 3rd to the 2nd to the 1st string, we're just going to be playing with my pick angled towards me going down. We got to get used to that sweep filling. We're not doing it staccato like this. We're going. And when we come up, we're going to go and angle the pick towards the ground a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and come back up. Now I'm going to play all 3 strings, but as we're sweeping, we would just go ahead and skip the strings we already played. We're playing all 3 strings. Again, not this, but this. And when we're hitting all 3 strings going down and then back up, we're going to go like this. Notice that after I hit the 1st string, I come back over the top of it, hit the 2nd string, hit the 3rd string going up, hop back over the top of the 3rd string, hit the 2nd string, 1st string going down. So down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at each triad. Some of these use all 3 fingers, so they're pretty easy to do. The hardest one is probably going to be the one that's across the 7th fret by itself, where we have to mute each string with just 1 finger as we play across. So in this one, I'm using my index finger. I'm playing on the 3rd string at the 7th fret. Got to lift up slightly, mute it, play the 2nd string on the 7th fret. Lift up slightly and mute it, play the 1st string on the 7th fret. Lift up slightly and mute it as I come back to the 2nd string, and then the 3rd string. So I'm not doing the greatest job of doing that, but basically that's what you want to work on. So what you want to do is mute each string as you're going across, and you can use your palm, you can use your index finger. It's 3 strings in a row, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but that's probably the hardest one of these shapes. And then you can go ahead and do hammer-ons and pull-offs. Again, that's the one that's going to take the most practice. But as you move on, you're going to go ahead and try the one where you do more of a C shape. And I'm going to do the same thing, where I'm muting each string after I pick it. And then you can go ahead and hammer on with your middle finger and your pinky, just like you did on the last one. The next one is that D shape, where you can go ahead and play that shape. And then you can do the hammer on as well. Notice that I'm using just my first finger and my middle finger, where I'm alternating between the third string and the first string with my first finger. I'm not playing the D shape like this. I'm actually moving that first finger third to first, third to first, third to first. When I get ready to hammer on, I'm still going to use my middle finger or my pinky. So now you have 3 shapes. And we can go ahead and put those to a backing track and see how they fit musically. We're going to go ahead and play the first one with the hammer-ons, the second one with the hammer-ons, and the third one with the hammer-ons. So for this purpose on each of the shapes, we'll go back down the shape, come back up it, go back down the shape, and then go to the next shape. So like that. Going to put on a backing track, which will be a D minor backing track, and then we'll see if we can go ahead and play along to that backing track with these shapes. All right, check this out. Here's the first shape. Here's the second shape. Here's the third shape. And then for this song, I'm going to go back to the second shape before I go back to the first shape. So I'm going to try to play through it 2 times. I'll probably flub, but here's how it sounds. Here we go. So that may have been a little bit too fast for you. Just a basic D backing track playing that first shape. Then going to the second shape. Then going to that third shape, that D shape. Then back to the second shape. So basically just playing those in time with the music. That's one of the things that's going to help you understand these shapes a lot better. Playing them in time with the music and then refining them, because the more you play them, the better you get. Thanks for checking out this lesson. I hope you found it useful. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, and you want me to work on something else and teach you something else, let me know in the comments as well. Also, tell me in the comments what your dream guitar is. If you had unlimited money and could buy whatever you wanted right now, what would be your dream guitar? I kind of found mine. While I'm playing the Epiphone Custom SG, this Gibson Custom SG has been on my radar for many years, and I finally said, what the heck, go ahead and buy it. And I went ahead and got it. And this is my dream guitar, and I actually have this. And I play Epiphones also, but the Gibson is a really, really nice guitar. And I wouldn't recommend that anyone buy this if you don't find this your dream guitar. But if you do, this is a great guitar to own. Really great player, sounds awesome, plays amazing, and is pretty much the pride of my collection at this point. But I also have the Epiphones as backups and as other guitars, because aesthetically, I like that black and gold look, and I like them as well. Don't forget that I have lessons on here pretty much every week, usually on Sundays and Wednesdays. And also don't forget that I have a free course out there, a 7-day lead guitar course to help you unlock the fretboard and play with confidence and ease. You can pick that up at just pickuptheguitarandgo.com. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.